Woo! What's going on, guys? Orange Form coming at you guys today again with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about our guy, MCDC, Dan Campbell, crying at the podium after the Minnesota heartbreaking loss against the Vikings. Now, I'm going to come right off the bat and say what I thought about this. I absolutely loved what I saw from him. And you're gonna get all kinds of different opinions on this, different reactions, words, whatever you want to use, to what Dan Campbell did. And let's get into kind of like some of the reactions from other people. You're gonna get a few different reactions. First off, you're gonna get the macho guys. Okay, the macho guys are gonna come out and go, how can he cry out there? That's not football. You guys remember the movie League of Their Own with Tom Hanks, the drunk manager, whatever his name was, and the girl's crying. And he's like, there's no crying in baseball. Same kind of deal. There's no crying in football. You can't cry. That's kind of the macho guys, you know. Like, I can't play for a guy like that, man. The guys that just really, you know, that have never been hugged before, that never actually had a heart-to-heart with a good buddy, those type of guys, okay? And, you know, I'm not really going to come up here and tell you what to feel or how to act or what to say. You can say what you want, but there's certain things that I won't tolerate, like when I hear about what happened up there on that podium, okay? But we'll get into that. But those are the macho guys, the guys that, you know, just, you know, they can't take seeing another man cry. They don't understand it. They're kind of, you know, it just doesn't happen. It's not supposed to happen. Those type of macho guys. Then you're gonna get the jerks. You know, you're gonna get the guys that name call. You're gonna get the guys calling Dan Campbell a wussy, the P word, the B word. You guys know what I'm saying there. You're gonna just come laughing at him, calling him names, just everything on top, piling on him. You know, just ridiculing him, just pretty much ridiculing. Those are the type of guys I won't tolerate. But I've been trying to stay away from a couple of those guys on social media. I haven't succeeded quite yet, but I've steered clear of a few guys. And there's YouTubers out there doing it. There's social media guys out there doing it. There's Facebook everywhere. They're doing it, and those type of people are just pieces of trash. They're just pieces of trash. If you want to laugh at him, or you know, you want to laugh at him, you want to make fun of him, you think it's funny because he's up there crying, you think he's completely lost it. You know, that's your prerogative, man. Think what you want to think, but you know, just piling onto the guy is just unnecessary. It's immature, and you are what you are because it's just silly. It's just an absolute silly way to gauge a human being and judge on his character and make fun of him. It's just stupid. It's really stupid. And then you'll get the confused people. Okay, you'll get the confused guys, and those are the type of guys like Mike Valente from 97 Won the Ticket. The one on Monday, I made it a point to go in my garage, listen to my radio. Went out there and did a little bit of cleaning. I put 97.1 on when Mike Valente came on, and the one word he used was befuddled. It was like actually the first word he used, describing what he saw from Dan Campbell. Befuddled. You don't know what befuddled means. It means confused, perplexed, unclear, can't really think clearly. You just can't think clearly. Befuddled. And those type of people are usually the type of people that have never played a down of football in their life, for one, or any really type of sport in general. And I'm not attacking anybody there. It's just that's what I have noticed. The people that just don't get it. Like, You go talk to some people. I actually asked a couple of people at work that I knew that didn't play sports, and they knew about the Dan Campbell situation. And pretty much, I asked about 3, 4 people. Two or I think two of them were confused on the subject. Didn't understand why he would cry. Well, why would he cry? Like, what's the big deal? Like, why would you go cry? Like, like it's just a game, right? Like, those type of people, confused, just don't understand it. And I have nothing against that type of person. It's just I've noticed that the confusion, the befuddling, the perplexed, they usually are people that have never played the game or never played any type of recreational sport in their life. No baseball, no basketball, soccer, whatever. You just haven't done it, and you just don't get it because you're confused, and that's fine. That's just the way it is. I've noticed that, and Mike Valente was a shining example of that. And I don't think that guy played sports. I could be completely wrong in that scenario, but I'm pretty sure he never really did. He didn't seem like a sports guy. He knows his sports, okay, but he's never really played it. And those type of people are just pretty easy to pick out. And then you're gonna get the supporters. You're gonna get the guys, the team guys, the guys that have been there, done that. You're gonna get the type of guys that will run through a brick wall for that head coach. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Dan Campbell is the chosen one. I'm not saying he's the one. I don't know. I'm not 100% sold that he is the guy, because this is year one in a build, not a rebuild or a retool. I won't call it that. This is a total build, because you got to build something to get something. We've never really had something. We've had spurts of things, teams here and there, but nothing where we can say we're rebuilding. I think we're just building. But anyways, I'm going off topic. But you're going to get those supporters. You're going to get those type of guys that will run through a wall for you. Like, I listened to Braylon Edwards on the Woodward Sports Show. He loved it. He was like, that's the type of stuff that players take notice. Players take that type of notice. And it's not going to be every single player. Don't get me wrong. There might, because what's his name? Mike Ford, that used to play for us, for the Detroit Lions. He is now a Denver Bronco. He came out and I think threw a little bit of shade at Dan Campbell the other day. Came out and said, we don't cry about games. We just move on or something. I don't know the exact quote. Somebody said it was a Nipsey Hussle song. I don't know much about Nipsey Hussle. So somebody mentioned that, but there are other people going, no, that's shade. It might be a Nipsey Hussle song. It might be some rap song, but it's also shade at Dan Campbell. I'm not going to be up here crying. I'm going to move on about a game. That's after the Denver Broncos lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers. He put that on his Twitter. I never seen it. I think I might have seen it on ESPN for a quick second, or even Twitter. I think I might even see it. I might have saw it on Twitter, but I just never really clicked on it. I didn't really pay attention to it. But I did see the meme or the quote, whatever he put up. So there's guys that are not going to be on board, and there's going to be guys that are going to throw shade. But I think majority will go through a wall for a coach that does this. And Dan Campbell is not. It's not an antic. It's not theatrics. It's not an act. Same thing as theatrics. It's just it's not a story. He's not looking for sympathy. It doesn't see it. It seemed really genuine. Even Andrew Hawkins was on the NFL Network, I think, on the Sunday night recap with Chris Rose. Those guys were talking about it, and Andrew Hawkins said the same thing Braylon Edwards said. He's like, that type of stuff gets noticed by players in the building. It gets noticed. Now, there's going to be guys in that locker room that are going to want to play for him now, even more so. Now, this is a team. This is a team that has played 5 games. Okay, 5. They've probably been in 3, in my opinion. You can even have an argument to say 2. You can even put that argument out there that maybe 2 games. I don't think they're really in the San Francisco game, even though they came back in that late run. I still think that San Francisco let off the gas, but they did make it interesting. And then Green Bay, they played them good for a half. Then afterwards, we saw what happened. And then I thought they were 100% in the Baltimore game. We saw what happened there. Had to kick a 66-yarder to win the game. NFL record. Chicago Bears, same kind of thing. I thought they were in that game. They were down by 10. I thought they had a chance to get within 7. They decided not to kick the field goal and decided to go for it. I thought they were in that game for majority. And then they were 100% in the Minnesota game. But you can make a case and say that they have been in 2 games out of 5. You could make a case, but I'm going to say 3. Let's go 2.5. Okay, let's say 2.5. We're nitpicking here, but this is a team that's been an underdog every single game. I'm pretty sure, and they've never been favored, and they have no business being favored. And they've been playing teams tough with a terrible roster, players getting hurt every week. Key players, by the way, getting hurt every week. And I'm not trying to make excuses. We're a bad team anyways. But Dan Campbell has these guys motivated and has these guys going. Now, he comes out on another heartbreaking loss. They lose that game. He comes out and he is emotional. He wells up. He starts talking about how he loves his guys. He loves their grit. They play tough. They play hard. He's talking up his defense. He's talking up this. He's doing that. He's saying all the right things while crying. Welling up. 6'5", 275 pounds, like I said, of a guy that is, you could tell he wears his emotions on his sleeve. This is a guy that was part of 116, part of a losing culture in Detroit. Went on to play with better teams in Dallas and New York Giants. But for some reason, he loves Detroit. He is our head coach. He's a guy that wanted to come here. We got him. Nobody was lining up to come here. Dan Campbell. This is what we got. But I love the fact that he was up there showing his guts to the world. It takes a man's man, to do what he did. Not everybody can just go up there and just start, showing emotion like that. Welling up, tears rolling down your face, and he's struggling, he's fighting it, but it came out. And me being a former player, I played football, okay? I played football. If one of my coaches were like that, I would run through a brick wall for a coach like that. Literally run through a brick wall. But you're not going to get everybody on board. Majority should be on board with that squad. I don't think they're going to have any guys in there that are going to be questioning Dan Campbell. And if they are questioning him, they have their right. They got every right to do what they want to do. But those guys will be dealt with and they won't be around long. Because like I said, you got Mike Ford doing it in Denver. But he might just be a little upset because they released him. Who knows? I don't I don't really know, but there was a little bit of shade there, I thought, in that Twitter post, whatever he posted there. But I think the Dan Campbell thing, crying, I love it. You're gonna get all types of people on it. You're gonna get different reactions. You're gonna get different quotes. You're not gonna You're not going to get one person feeling almost the same thing about it. It's just, you ask 5 different people, you might get 5 different reactions. You ask 10, you might get 10. But obviously there's going to be groups of people that feel the same down the line. And I think this is a good move. Not a move like a tactic or an antic or some type of move by Dan Campbell. But I think this type of thing that happens like this, when this stuff happens, you get guys on board. You seriously do get guys on board. And if you want to be those guys that make fun of them, and you want to be macho about it, you want to be the confused person, you want to be the jerk, more power to you. You got every right to do what you got to do. I won't hear myself though, man. I won't hear any slander about it. There was a guy at my work that I thought was going to say something bad about him today when I was walking into the building today. And he's not a Lions fan. He was actually shocked what he saw. And he was like, man, that's going to rally the troops, man. He was a guy that played football. He knew it, not a Lions fan. And it was like one of the first things I've ever heard the guy say that was a positive thing. And I'm like, yeah, I know. It's, we're still 0-5, but this could rally the boys. Now, I'm not saying we're going to rally off 6 wins, because that's not going to happen. But this team is I think they're going to bond more. They're going to unite. And I think it's going to help, hopefully, Dan Campbell in the long run. Because players see it, not only his players, but players out there, free agents looking for new homes, possibly during the 2022 season. That stuff gets noticed. And that's just not coming from me. That's coming from former and current NFL players saying that stuff gets noticed in a good way. Players want to play for guys like that. Now, they need to get better in all kinds of different areas, but I think it's a good start. It shows that Campbell cares. And that's what I love. It's the Dick Vermeil effect. If you don't know who Dick Vermeil is, look him up. Now, that guy welled up a lot. He cried maybe a little bit too much, but he was loved by his players and his coaches. I never really heard anything really bad about Dick Vermeil. He would get fired up, man, and he would well up at the podium almost every weekend. Wins, losses, stuff that happens, he would just do it, and it was genuine. That's the word I'm looking for. Genuine. Dan Campbell's was genuine. Was very genuine. There was no. It wasn't disingenuous like a lot of people say. There's some people out there saying it was just a theatric. It was an act. Like, how could you say that? He cares for this city. He cares for his players. He wants to win here. They've been coming close. Heartbreaking losses. 2 in a row. Heartbreaking losses. Or 2 out of 3. Like, very heartbreaking. Field goals. 66-yarder, 54-yarder, 55-yarders. It's just, and I don't think it's, and then there's other guys on the radio stations too, like Rico Beard, man, saying that it's getting to him. He's breaking down. He's getting lionized. I don't think that's lionized. It's just showing that he cares, man. So that's the video, guys. I love the way Dan Campbell handled it. His emotions, he wears them on his sleeve. The guy wants to get a win here. The Lions got to get this guy a win sooner or later. But that's it, guys. Thanks for the video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the bottom right. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to get all my videos. And don't forget to like and comment these videos so we can get them out there and have people watch them. And we can have comments on it, man. It talks of Detroit Lions. All right, guys, go Lions. Boom.